Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Thank you so much for joining me today. Upon our conversations, I decided to use the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children as an assessment for Jane, and I would like to just go over quickly with you some of her results here. I have highlighted so you can reference them when I'm talking about them. This assessment had about 15 subtests within it, where I measured how she was doing verbally, non-verbally, her verbal comprehension, her perceptual reasoning, working memory, and processing speed index. This found some of her strengths and her weaknesses. So let's start off with the strengths. She is in the average range for her overall thinking and reasoning. About 42% of children her age score that way. And then within the verbal comprehension index, that she also is about 61% average range of her peers. And some of her strengths sort of are in her nonverbal reasoning, and they decrease when it comes towards working memory and processing speed, where she was about 27% compared to her peers, so in the lower end of average for that. An additional assessment that I used was the block design subtest. So in that design, we had her look at two cubes and sort of construct based off of two-dimensional figures, if you will, to help her organize information into geometric patterns. I know that we had spoken and mentioned some concerns with visual compensation and perception. That is her weakness. That is her biggest weakness. So this test did confirm some of those areas of improvement. But I have some recommendations that we can do that will help based off of this assessment. I highly encourage when we're doing homework time that we frequently review information, breaking it up into like chunks or smaller bits to help her as she continues on within her education. You can do that with like smaller versions of like when it comes to vocabulary or with her phone, like phone numbers. And then, encourage efforts to support her with completing homework, celebrate small victories. There was only a few areas where she was in the lower average. She's great nonverbal and communication strengths, and that's only going to get better as she ages. So thank you so much for coming in today to talk about concerns you had with Jane. I'll walk you out. Thank you.